is Theo Elliott. I'm the director of liturgy and music at Wesley. And in these weekly online services, you often hear me playing, and you hear me singing, and you hear Michelle singing, but you don't get to see our faces or hear from us directly. So on these two Sundays, July 21st and 28th, as we are engaging in a conversation about community, we wanted to be here with you in this direct way.
I'm Michelle Curiel, the Director of Children and Families here at Wesley, as well as the Associate Director of Worship. A question that really drives our work here at Wesley is, who is our community? We like to have this question to strive for how we organize worship, and we know it's not just the people who are in the physical church space on Sunday. It's you who are here with us right now. And it's also the people who aren't regularly in any of our spaces. We believe that the call to follow Jesus is the call to care for all people, the people around us, not just in church, but in our everyday lives as well.
In these 2 weeks, we're inviting you to ask this question of community yourself and to consider, how does my time in worship shape my interactions with the full community to which I belong? No matter who, no matter what, no matter where you are on the journey of life, you're welcome, welcome in this place. No matter who, no matter what, no matter where you are on the journey of life, accepted, welcome to this place. For we are family, meant to be, purpose for eternity, born of love from above, God's community. No matter who, no matter what, no matter where you are on the journey of life, you're welcome, welcome in this place. No matter who, no matter what, no matter where you are on the journey of life, accepted, welcome to this place. The author Cole Arthur Riley has created a wonderful set of worship writings called Black Liturgies, Prayers, Poems, and Meditations for Staying Human. So we invite you to join us in this breath meditation from her. Begin with an exhale. And now, as you slowly inhale, hear, I was meant for love. And as you exhale, hear, God, help me to receive it. Now, as you slowly inhale, hear, I need more than me. And as you exhale, hear, we get free together. As you inhale once more, hear, I am worthy of embrace. And as you exhale, God, lead me to belonging.
We hear wisdom from two sources this morning. First, a reading from Hebrews chapter 10, verses 24 and 25. Let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another. And these words from the author and minister Dante Stewart. Why are you still a Christian, people ask. I am not a Christian because I have all the right answers, but have found deep meaning in the liberating story of Jesus. I have learned, as James Baldwin wrote, that God is a means of liberation and not a means to control others. Christian faith would be so much healthier if we didn't see our faith as a war to be won or enemies to be defeated, but as worlds to be explored and people to be loved. Faith dies when it is seen only as a way of winning arguments and power. Faith lives when it becomes a way of liberating and loving people.
In our first session of our two-part series, we thought about the basic structure of our worship time and what its purposes are as we move from worship back into our daily lives. Today, in our time of our conversation together, we're looking at how we respond when changes happen and the patterns that we are used to. We'd like to give you a bit of a toolkit for processing your own response when change upsets you. And we'll be thinking about why sometimes change is necessary. You're about to see a few questions on the screen. Consider and reflect on them. Please start or join the conversation using the chat function or journal if you're alone. And if you're with company, please engage in conversation with one another.
Thank you for reflecting with us. As we move into a moment of prayer, we encourage you to continue reflecting this week on the ways you create and hold community in your own life. Where are the gifts? What do you bring? And what are you grateful to receive? Acknowledging our desire for belonging puts us in a vulnerable place. Sometimes we choose to isolate rather than to face the risks. But let's seek to know each other and to know those around us, remembering that we are all flawed and mysterious and needy and good. I invite you into a prayer for being known from Cole Arthur Riley. God of us all, we want to be known, and we're terrified of being known, of being laid bare in the presence of another. We are grateful that you are not a God who demands a solitary spirituality, but sometimes we find it hard to belong. We are distracted by a constant need for affirmation, and we forget to be in true relationship. Help us daily to discern the truths of our own selfhood, so that we can affirm the truths of others without requiring assimilation. As we find spaces that truly see and know us, help us to not run from them. The more beautiful a thing is, the more terrified we are of losing it. May we not let this terror keep us from the love we were meant for. As we continue to learn to accept friendship and care, may we be stirred to extend it to others. Keep us from contributing to loneliness and dislocation in the world, knowing that our freedom is completely entwined with the freedom of those around us. And when we are lonely or isolated, may your Spirit be company to us as we wait for the embrace we are worthy of. Hold us in peace, one sacred soul in a great collective. Amen. And now I invite you into a prayer shaped after the way of praying that was first taught by Jesus. Nurturing one who art in heaven, all your names are holy. We wait for the day when all are gathered in your commonwealth and heaven and earth come closer together. Give us what we need each day. When we stray from the spaces of your love, forgive us. And help us to forgive when others violate the spaces of our own love. As you lead us, keep us from temptations and evil. You are our home and our strength and our joy forever. Amen.
Thank you for joining us for worship. We hope this service was both meaningful and memorable for you. Please join us next week. We worship together online every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. The link can be found at our website, wesleyumcaurora.org. At Wesley, we affirm and welcome all people to share our worship, fellowship, and leadership with us, to join us in a diversity of race, gender, sexual identity, physical and mental ability, ethnicity, and economic means. If you were inspired or comforted by this service, we encourage you to reach out and let us know. If you'd like to make a donation, you can do so by going to wesleyumcaurora.org. We hope to see you next week.
Touch the earth lightly, use the earth gently, nourish the life of the world in our care. Gift of great wonder, ours to surrender. Trust for the children tomorrow will bear. We who endanger, who create hunger, agents of death for all creatures that live.
we who would foster clouds of disaster, God of our planet, forestall and forgive. Let there be greening, birth from the burning, water that blesses and air that is sweet, health in God's garden, hope in God's children, regeneration that peace will complete. God of all living, God of all loving, God of the seedling, the snow and the sun, teach us, deflect us, Christ, reconnect us, using us gently and making us one.